Ladies and gentlemen, we're here to get rid of the toxic behavior that has now become gaming. And people who feel that they must have a superiority complex over the others because of their decision to purchase one over another, which has become so ridiculous when video gaming has been set up and designed for people to have entertainment, to get enjoyment, and to get fun out of. Why has this become such a toxic thing? Because people want to push feelings and preferences and have a superiority complex over others, and over stupid reasons, over reasons that shouldn't even matter except for to them. Yes, I have my preferences on what I like and dislike as far as gaming consoles go. I've owned every system from the original Nintendo Entertainment System on release day up until this point. And yes, I've already pre-ordered the PlayStation 5. I will pre-order the Xbox Series X, and I will make my personal decisions once I get these consoles in my hand. Because when you look at the specs side by side, because for some reason specs are important to people in the gaming community for their superiority complex to shine through. And why is that? I have no clue. If you enjoy it, why aren't you just enjoying it? Why are you trying to force your opinion and feelings onto others when somebody else is just trying to enjoy what they enjoy? How about everybody enjoy what they enjoy and leave each other alone? And right now I've got the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 connected to the system, and I enjoy them both. To tell you the truth, I mean, I played the PlayStation 4 a heck of a lot more than I had the Xbox One, but that's because there's been more exclusives that I've liked on PlayStation than there has been on the Xbox. And that's just personal. And I will tell you, that's just a personal thing of mine. I know several people personally that like the Xbox better than the PlayStation, and they have both too. One of my friends, he plays the Xbox all the time, but he still gets on PlayStation and plays with me on PlayStation, and vice versa. Why? Because we understand that we all enjoy, what we enjoy. And, he enjoys some of the exclusives that PlayStation come out, so he got a PlayStation to enjoy those exclusives, just like I enjoy some of the exclusives that came out on the Xbox One, so I got an Xbox One to enjoy those exclusives. So I switch back and forth constantly between the two consoles, and it's no big deal. But people with a superiority complex want to argue and fight about who's better than who. And what's the purpose of that? Besides to spread hate. Are you so miserable in your life that you gotta make other people as miserable as you are? And like I said, with the PS5 and Xbox Series X specs, they're so similar that not unless you're trained to see these things, and specifically trained, and even if you're trained in these, the differences are going to be hard to tell, and hard to see even for those that are professionally trained in this kind of atmosphere. And so to the average consumer, guess what? With Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5, you're getting two similar systems pretty much. The only difference is design. And design is basically personal preference as well. I mean, there's people that sit there and say the PlayStation looks like a router. There's people that sit there and say that the Xbox looks like a little mini fridge. I mean, they look fine to me. Both of them do. They'll do their jobs. They'll do their purpose. Yeah, do I have a preference over looks? Yeah, I do. But, I mean, I'm leaning more towards the PlayStation on the looks side. But, okay, so what? I'm still going to enjoy them both. I'm not going to sit there and go, oh, no, I don't like the looks of this one, so I'm just going to put it aside and just ignore it. No, I'm still going to, on day one, open them up. I'm going to be excited to play it. I'm going to enjoy the unboxing experience for both of them. I'm going to plug them both up. I'm going to enjoy both of them and get my first hands-on experience and do what video gaming is supposed to do for people. Get enjoyment and fun out of it. And throw this stupid competition BS out the side. People sitting there complaining about, Microsoft and Sony saying that they were going to next gen, but they're still, putting Halo on the old Xbox One, and they're putting Spider-Man on the PS4, and we're mad. Why? Why are you mad? If you've ever paid attention to console cycles, when new consoles come out, it's a great business model, and it has been used since PlayStation 2 on up to the current generation, where the new consoles come out and they still offer support to the older systems. I don't think PlayStation stopped their support for PS3 until 2019 or sometime in that area. Xbox 360 is still supports the live. I mean, as far as games go, I don't know when they quit on their game side. I couldn't get that information right off the bat because I haven't played Xbox 360 or PS3 since, uh, you know, both the new consoles, the PS4 and Xbox One, came out. But it's a smart business model because the the console people know that once they release a new console, that not everybody can afford to buy a new console. So they still continue to produce the new games for the older systems for quite some time. For quite some time. And it's happened every console cycle from every console generation. And people were sitting there being mad at each other over nothing, over a business model that has been tried and true because the companies want to be nice to those that can't afford those and let them experience the games that others are experiencing because they can't afford to get the new hardware right away. That's just a nice and courteous thing for the companies to do. But all of a sudden now, it's become a toxic thing where people with a superiority complex want to sit there and holler at one another about this and cry to one another because their feelings must be validated for some reason, or their hate must be spread in their hearts so that you're just as miserable as they are. And enough's enough. We're going to start this channel to be inclusive, for everybody to come in to enjoy what they want to enjoy. Yeah, you can have your personal preferences, your personal beliefs, but it doesn't mean I'm going to sit here and force my personal beliefs on you. Why should somebody else force their personal beliefs on me? Enjoy what you want to enjoy, and I'll enjoy what I want to enjoy. And I can't wait, personally, to get my hands on both of these systems. And I can't wait for November 12th and November 10th to come around. I know I mentioned the 12th before the 10th. That's not a preference trying to sneak through. That's just because I went through a lot of crap last night to try to get pre-orders done for the Ps5. So it's just recently stuck in my mind. So it's not preferential. Because I will be the first to tell you what's preferential and what's not, and what's personal beliefs and what's not. I'm not going to sit here and like some of these other channels, which this has added to the toxicity of the gaming community, is channels that come out as gaming news informers, and these big publishers are sitting there going, clearly putting their biases in there on which console they prefer over another, keeping these toxic console war people alive. And maybe they inadvertently do it, and maybe they don't, but they need to kind of watch out. If you're going to sit there and present yourself as as a person who's there for gaming and to present gaming news, you need to be unbiased. You need to be tried and true, and then realize that once you get into that personal preferences phase, to announce that you're in that personal preference phase, and not sit there and try to report it as a fact. That sounds like a lot of things that are going on in today's news cycle. I mean, it's become toxic as well. With everybody trying to force their opinions. I mean, look at the state of the United States is in right now. Everybody trying to force their feelings and opinions onto each other. I wonder where that came from. Sounds like the console war people, right? Yeah, I mean, if you want to end up like these people out here on the streets fighting and wanting to kill each other, then fine, continue the console wars. Continue the negativity and hate, because that's what conflict leads to, and that's why when I've gotten to the point where people who want to argue with me, I block, ignore, or if they're face to face with me, I point blankly sit there and tell them, look, let's cut to the chase. You sling the first punch so we can fight and get this over with, because I'm never going to sling my first punch over a damn opinion. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. That would prove me wrong immediately. So unless you're willing to do that, don't sit there and berate me out in public or come up to me and start a confrontation, because I'm going to point blank tell you, let's cut to the chase. Let's get this done. Either sling a punch or go the heck away. Because I just don't have time for that negativity, that kind of toxicity in my life. I got things that I want to enjoy, a family that I want to enjoy, things that I like to enjoy, gaming, movies, going out to different locations in the country and going on vacations. Yeah, that sounds more fun than sitting there trying to force my opinion onto others and others forcing their opinions onto me. Yeah, if you ask me about my opinion, I'm going to present my opinion, but once I present my opinion, don't take it as a challenge. No, if you like the opposite, why do people do that? Well, you personally like this better, but I like this one better, and I feel like mine's better decision than yours. And no, no, that's what I enjoy about my friends. Me and my friends all like different consoles. And I have some that like the same consoles. I have personal preferences like me, and then I have some that do not. But we still respect each other. We still have decent conversation and go, well, this is why I prefer this, and I can understand. And understand why they like the Xbox over the PlayStation. I can understand why somebody likes the PlayStation over the Xbox. I can understand all perspectives of this and respectfully sit there and listen to them and sit there and say, oh, okay, I get it. You know, I'm glad that you enjoy it. You enjoy it, and I'll enjoy what I enjoy. But, so let's destroy this gaming console wars kind of crap and toxicity that has now become gaming. I mean, because the only thing that in gaming consoles, when it comes to declaring a winner that even counts, is sales numbers. And Nintendo has always and will always be the lead seller in consoles. Number 2 is PlayStation, and number 3 is Xbox. Sorry, that's just facts. That's the way it is. It's what it is. And if you can't handle that and you want to sit there and argue, well, this is available in more markets or this is not available in this market, no, no, no. Just accept the facts and move on. Okay? It's not that hard of a concept. You know, just like I love the Xbox 360, but I can still admit that the PlayStation 3 outsold it. Okay? The Xbox 360 was my personal preference, but I can at least sit there and say, well, yeah, PlayStation 3 outsold it. I mean, what's so hard about that? Why does people have to be toxic about things? And I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of it, and I want to say, not, I was about to say safe space, and I was about to punch myself in the face. I hate that word. I hate those two words. I hate those two words with a passion. I hate the safe space words. Oh my goodness. I want to create a place, an atmosphere here with this channel that people can come in and respectfully give their opinions and have respectful conversations with one another about gaming. So if you're interested in that, please subscribe, please like, and come on in. You're more than welcome. If you want to be toxic and continue the hate and comments and stuff like that and negative, and negative things, I'll just block you and ignore you. Or out in public, let's just cut to the chase. I'm Mr. Anger. Y'all be good or be good at it.